The original LEGO Marvel Superheroes game is one of the greatest Marvel games ever. It includes a ton of Marvel characters and settings that allow for the game to be an amazing time for any Marvel fan. But before we go any deeper into this video, I feel that it is important that we take a look at the story. The game begins with a battle at Grand Central Station between Iron Man and the Hulk. They're going up against the Abomination and Sandman. Right off the bat, we can address one of the most interesting details of this game, and that's that it balances elements of the early MCU with the comics. This is already shown throughout the first level of the game. We see this because of the use of the MCU's Abomination and the Hulk. You can tell this is the MCU's Hulk because he's wearing khakis, sharing the screen with the Sandman, who had not been in the MCU at the time of this game's release. Later in this mission, Spider-Man joins the duo, and the rest of it goes as you might expect. The trio defeats the villains, and we continue into the second level. The second level is called Time Squared Off. This level features both Captain America and Mr. Fantastic. Let me go ahead and address my bias. I'm a huge fan of the Fantastic Four, and I actively read Fantastic Four today, so any level that references them so much is easily going to be one of my favorites. I mean, this level has Herbie. It's fun to explore the Baxter Building, and it may be one of my favorite levels in the game. Plus, it has Dr. Octopus, who is always a great addition. Level 3 takes the heroes to Oscorp as we track down the Green Goblin. This time we play as Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man. This level also has the heroes fighting Venom. This, I feel, is a great time to take note that this is the third level in the game in a row that we fight a Spider-Man villain. While I do agree that Spider-Man has some of Marvel's greatest villains, it shocks me that there are so many boss fights in this game that are Spidey foes. Like in level 2, why not choose a Fantastic Four villain like Mole Man? The next level takes us to the Raft with a ton of villains. This level is also notable for introducing Wolverine into the story. It also brings back Iron Man and the Hulk into the story for the first time since the first level. If you are a fan of Marvel villains, this is a really cool level for you. In Chapter 5, Iron Man and Captain America head back to Stark Tower after Tony's suit is destroyed by Magneto. This leads to an entire level that takes place at Stark Tower, which at the time is completely hacked by Killian. This level is pretty fun and ends with a Hulkbuster cameo. We then get a cutscene featuring Nick Fury, which hints to a greater threat to come. Chapter 6. Really all there is to say about this level is that two different versions of Chris Evans fight the Red Skull. Then we get confirmation that Galactus is on the way. In an interesting turn of events, Captain America, the Human Torch, and Wolverine are taking to Asgard with Thor. This level has the heroes take on Loki in a fight that eventually ends with the heroes getting the Tesseract. This leads our heroes to arguing over who will protect the Tesseract, and it ultimately doesn't matter because Wolverine ends up stealing it. Chapter 8. It's the X-Men level. It's actually a really good level, and I would argue that it's one of the more challenging levels in the game. The boss fight with Juggernaut is one of the best, and Magneto gets away with the Tesseract. Level 9 features my favorite superhero in all of Marvel, The Thing, but I guess some other important stuff happens too. The Fantastic Four and Nick Fury take on the Green Goblin, and at the end of the level Doctor Doom's plan is finally revealed, well, kinda. What we really learn is that Loki is using Doctor Doom as a pawn in his bigger plan, we just don't know what it is yet. Level 10 is a water level featuring Tony and Thor. The level is honestly really boring, it is one of my least favorite in the game. It doesn't have anything really fun or interesting to look at other than the water. Are you having fun yet? But at least it's not that bad. It does feature MODOK, who is a really great addition to the game. Chapter 11. Magneto attacks our heroes using the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so Chapter 12 adds dinosaurs, and I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know why. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chapter 12 is great because it brings back the Thing. It also brings Storm from the X-Men back, who has a really cool moveset. At the end of the level, you get to fight Rhino and Magneto, who is later revealed to be Mystique in disguise. Okay, that's weird the way I read that. In this level, a group of heroes go to Magneto's space station. Chapter 14, the heroes finally take on Doctor Doom, and he's defeated fairly easily. Chapter 15, the final chapter of the game, brings our heroes and villains together as they must take on Galactus. This level is really fun and pairs up characters that you would never imagine. After you complete the main story, you are given a post-credit scene that features Black Panther and the Guardians of the Galaxy. It also teases a connection to LEGO Batman. I also couldn't go this entire video without addressing the fact that there is a LEGO Fortnite collab thing going on. I've never really played Fortnite. Maybe at some point in the future I will. But I had to mention the fact that there are LEGO Marvel characters that are playable right now somehow. Like I said, I don't really know how that works. But if you'd like for me to check out, Fortnite in a video in the future, that might be something I would be willing to do. Alright, so I'm actually going to go unscripted for this part. But all this talk about Legos has really made me kind of want to build something with Legos, so with that being said, I went out and I bought a Lego set. The Lego set that I actually wanted to get was the like minifigures for Marvel, but I think I waited a little too late. They don't exist anymore. So with that being said, I bought this one. It's pretty cool. It's got Venom, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. You know, pretty cool set. Yeah. Now that we are finished discussing the main story, I actually think this is a good opportunity to take a deeper look into that end-credit scene. What I specifically want to discuss about it is how it directly mirrors the post-credit scene from LEGO Batman 3. The post-credit scene directly teases the Avengers. I think many of us would agree that we would love to see some kind of crossover between these two in the future. With this being a LEGO video, I feel that it's important to bring up that even though this game is a decade old, many of the characters in this game are still not actual LEGO figures that you can purchase. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, can we please get a Baxter Building set similar to the Daily Bugle and Avengers Tower sets that we've gotten recently? After you complete the main story, there's still a lot of post-game content. There are a few Deadpool missions which are really fun, and they give you an opportunity to unlock things like stud multipliers and a ton of characters, as well as there being an awesome open world to explore. With that being said, I'm going to begin to wrap up this review here. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a game that really stands out to me as a big part of my childhood, and it still is something that I enjoyed replaying today. And there are a ton of other LEGO games, so if you'd like for me to check out any other LEGO games in the future, I just might have to. I know there's a sequel to LEGO Marvel, as well as, like I said, there's the LEGO Batman games. I know there's LEGO Star Wars. Let me know what you'd like for me to talk about in the future. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.